Get ready for the dictation in 3, 2, 1, start. Telecom sector is an important component of our infrastructure ecosystem. The recent spectrum auctions have removed spectrum scarcity in the country. This will give a major fillip to mobile broadband and digital India for the benefit of people living in rural and remote areas. Under the Bharat Net project, optical fiber cable has been laid in 1,50,000 kilometers. I have stepped up the allocation for BharatNet project to rupees 10,000 crores this year. By the end of 2017-18, high-speed broadband connectivity on optical fiber will be available in more than 1,50,000 gram panchayats with Wi-Fi hotspots and access to digital services. A DG Gaon initiative will be launched to provide telemedicine education and skills through digital technology. For strengthening our energy sector, government has decided to set up strategic crude oil reserves. In the first phase, 3 such reserves facilities have been set up. Now, in the second phase, it is proposed to set up outlet in solar energy. We now propose to take up the second phase of the solar park development for additional capacity. We are also creating an ecosystem to make India a global hub for electronics manufacturing. Over 250 investment proposals for electronics manufacturing have been received in the last 2 years, totaling an investment of rupees 1 lakh crore. A number of global leaders and mobile manufacturers have set up production facilities in India. This is an all-time high. We have to focus on our export infrastructure in a competitive world. A new and restructured central scheme, namely Trade Infrastructure for Export scheme, will be launched in 2017-18. I now turn to the financial sector. The focus of TEC India agenda in this sector is on building stable and stronger institutions. We will continue with our reform agenda with several new measures. Our government has already undertaken substantive reforms in FDI policy in the last 2 years. More than 90% of the total FDI inflows are now through the automatic route. The Foreign Investment Promotion Board has successfully implemented e-filing and online processing of FDI applications. We have now reached a stage where FIPB can be phased out. We have therefore decided to abolish the FIPB. A roadmap for the same will be announced in the next months. The commodities markets require further reforms for the benefits of farmer. An expert committee will be constituted to study and promote creation of an operational and legal framework to integrate spot market and derivatives market for commodities trading. E-NAM would be an integral part of such framework. The draft bill to curtail the menace of illicit deposit schemes has been placed in the public domain and will be introduced shortly after its finalization. There is an urgent need to protect the poor and gullible investors from another set of dubious schemes operated by unscrupulous entities who exploit the regulatory gaps in the Multi-State Cooperative Societies Act 2002. We will amend this act in consultation with various stakeholders as part of our Clean India agenda. The bill relating to resolution of financial firms will be introduced in the current budget session of Parliament. This will contribute to stability and resilience of our financial system. It will also protect the consumers of various financial institutions together with the Insolvency and Bankruptcy Code. A resolution mechanism for financial firms will ensure comprehensiveness of the resolution system in our country. I had stated in my last budget speech that a bill will be introduced to streamline institutional arrangements for resolution of disputes in infrastructure related construction contracts PPP and public utility contracts. After extensive stakeholders consultations, we have decided that the required mechanism would be instituted as part of the Arbitration and Conciliation Act 1996. An amendment bill will be introduced in this regard. Cybersecurity is critical for safeguarding the integrity and stability of our financial sector. A computer emergency response team for our financial sector will be established. This entity will work in close coordination with all financial sector regulators and other stakeholders. Listing of public sector enterprises will foster great public accountability and unlock the true value of these companies. The government will put in place a revised mechanism and procedure to ensure time-bound listing of identified CPSEs on stock exchanges. The disinvestment policy announced by me in the last budget will continue. The shares of railways PSEs will be listed in stock exchanges. We see opportunities to strengthen our CPSEs through consolidation, mergers, and acquisitions. By these methods, the CPSEs can be integrated across the value chain of an industry. It will give them capacity to bear higher risks, avail economies of scale, take higher investment decisions, and create more value for the stakeholders. Possibilities of such restructuring are visible in the oil and gas sector. We propose to integrate public sector oil major companies. Stop. Thank you.